unstoppable. I look forward to that future where we don't have to stress about these things.
I was notified that a kids' drag story time hour is going on inside, so I decided to throw together a poster, make an announcement. We're here to protest that.
I'm here to stand for children, protecting children, their innocence.
Obviously right-wing media, why are we talking to these people on that side?
I think that confusion is something their parents could easily eliminate for them.
You are live, unequally applying the law. I was assaulted multiple times today. I am the press.
Come closer to my face or going in the snow.
You threatened me again. You're live. Hey, I did not advance on him.
Back from
When you see a white and a red hat here,
Lincoln J for Rebel News, and today I'm bringing you my report on a drag storytime protest that just took place in Ottawa. Now, what exactly is drag storytime? According to the website of the National Arts Centre where the event was held, local drag celebrities China Doll and Sorrel Cinder and musicians from Monkey Rock Music are here to entertain children and families of all ages. Protesters gathered outside of the National Arts Centre where many of them felt that it was inappropriate for kids to be attending the event. The protesters were met with counter-protesters who were obviously there to show their support for the event. While I was doing my research for this report, I found a Reddit post titled "Drag Defenders Needed." The post seemed to have worked because many of them showed up. I made the trip from Toronto to Ottawa to cover this event. If you appreciate my coverage, you can consider supporting it at rebelfieldreports.com. I was able to speak with both protesters and counter-protesters, and this is what unfolded.
To protest, I guess, the indoctrination of children. To each their own as an adult, but bringing children into it, it's a disgrace. I'm sorry.
We're here for the drag show, drag story time, and I don't agree with psychologically harming, emotionally harming, and physically harming children.
these people are citizens of this country and they're doing something that they want to do. So we're here, the most of us, to make sure that they're allowed to do that peacefully and that there isn't anybody that's going to interfere with that.
I've attended drag shows and I find they're okay, but I've never been to one that's been under 18. So I'm just curious to why.
This is about the true gospel of Jesus Christ. It's represented by his bride. A woman represents a bride, and a man represents the head. The head of this nation is a loving Savior and God. So that's why I'm here to represent those matters.
Yeah, I'm the organizer, or one of the organizers of this event, and I was notified that a kids' drag story time hour is going on inside, so I decided to throw together a poster, make an announcement. We're here to protest that.
I'm here to stand for children, protecting children, their innocence. Yeah, I got grandkids, I got kids.
I'm here to stand up for the children because I don't think this is appropriate. I mean, young children reading in drag queen, I don't think it's appropriate. It's just sexualizing the children at a young age, and I don't think that's right.
I'm here to pray because this is an outrage, and we've got to fight for truth. And our Blessed Mother, she's truth. And so, we're out here to pray and do reparation for all this, and especially pray for the kids that are in there, man. Like, God bless them.
No, I'm allowed to be here. Yes, you are, but go there. It's okay. Go there.
What brings you out here today?
Counter-protest.
What exactly are you counter-protesting?
Fascists showing up to like a drag story time thinking that it's acceptable to like be fascist in Ottawa. Like nothing's wrong here except the fascists.
What would you like to see happen here?
For them to go home and mind their own business.
Do you think it's appropriate for the drag queens to be performing to children and families?
Sorry, I don't know who this is.
Obviously right-wing media. Like, why are we talking to these people on that side?
Sir, do you have any comment?
Don't even answer the question.
Well, look, when you see a white and a red hat here, and when you've got people that are trying to, when you've got people that are trying to limit the options of our Canadian citizens, we need to stand up against that, right? Just like the greatest generation did, right?
Question, why talk to right-wing media?
Oh yeah, I don't even know.
How do you feel that people come here to protest the show?
From children.
I think it's stupid because there's no need to protest it when there's clearly not a problem happening here, so I don't know what they're here for, to be honest with you. They are reasoning their arguments on illogical facts and illogical logic. None of these connections they are making are true. They are making up these supposed facts based on their own right-wing agenda. None of this is true. None of this is logical.
Ma'am, what brings you out here today?
Because when I was in high school, I had a friend who came out as being gay and his parents disowned him. And so I'm here today to support him and everybody else I know who is within the GLBTQ community.
Thank you for answering my question. What do you think about protesters here today that support drag shows but think that it's not appropriate for children to be subject to it? What are your comments?
Well, I think that they're either intentionally or unintentionally misinforming people, because the thing is that it's child friendly, and it's the content, the books that are being read are child friendly. The people who are presenting it are dressed appropriately, and the only kind of protest that people could possibly have is that they hate gay people and they don't want people to learn to accept them.
They got the right to do it, man. You know, that's Ottawa, bro. That's where everyone comes through, puts their agenda out. That's it.
What do you think of, so there's a drag story time happening with drag queens, telling stories, I guess, to children. What are your thoughts on that?
It's good, bro. I mean, I don't know, it depends, right? Like, depends on which one, right? Like, drag is very different, you know? Like, it's not a very just one-dimension thing. It could be sexual, non-sexual, it could be for whatever, you know? So,
is it appropriate for them to also go out on the weekend and perform a more sexual drag show and then come here during the week and perform for the children?
Yes, absolutely, because exactly, it depends on the event, right? These same drag queens, they perform at Lookout, other queer spaces. These are on weekend nights after hours of 11. You have to be 19 plus to enter this ID. This is a very safe adult environment. The event that we're talking about today is an all-ages, family-friendly event. It is not sexualized in any way. There is simply a drag queen reading a story to children.
Was it okay for Robin Williams to perform for adults and then perform children's content? You know, it's not the same thing.
I mean, I don't think it's appropriate, but it's for the parents to decide, you know, it's the kids' education. Personally, I don't think it's appropriated, but...
What if one of those kids in there, they go online after, they're so inspired by the drag queen in there, and then they go online and they see videos of this quote-unquote role model performing sexual acts to people, and they're just confused. Then what does that child think?
I think that confusion is something their parents could easily eliminate for them by explaining that there are different events. There are adult situations and there's family-friendly situation, and that goes for everything.
Yeah,
right. That's a very.
For example, like if somebody was so into Beyonce and they took their kid and she was reading a book to them, but then she went and did the Super Bowl halftime in a bra and panties and did that whole show, and the kids saw it. It'd be the same thing where the parent would have to step in and say, "Hey, you're too young to be looking at that," but that doesn't make that person a bad person.
I think the present speaks for itself. If you need an explanation.
Do you think kids should be seeing this stuff? Do you think they should be open to it?
Yes, you might not have a child of 11 years old.
Innately, we are social beings. So we socialize with other people in all aspects of our life.
In social media, parents don't always follow what the kids are looking at 10, 11 years old.
That's not
right?
the main issue, though. Like,
well,
that can be your main argument for protesting drag queens. Just
so
because
the
parents aren't around
go on social media.
You ask me a logical, rational question.
Why are you so angry? Or the parents always know what the kids
Don't touch me.
I'm sorry.
Don't touch me.
I'll take it back.
No, get back. Get back. Don't touch me.
Maybe she was assaulted when she was younger.
My
The
goodness.
parents always
I would
follow
think
what the children
touching you with love.
No. Often the parents just do their thing, children go online and look at whatever. So, and then afterwards, what do you think that does?
That's not reason enough to protest someone being who they are.
It's to awaken people that
I'll
it's
be
not
back. I'm going to get an officer for this.
I'll get out your way.
I didn't approach her. I was actually having a conversation with this man here.
Why are you angry? I want to pray
Yeah,
for
I'd
you.
like to be away from these guys following me.
No one wants anyone to touch him, right? So just, I know
Well, I
it doesn't
backed
come
up
from a
and
place
said
of...
sorry. I won't do it. She just kept screaming. He has it all on the camera.
So how is that going to be resolved? I'm sorry. Like,
She's not touching you anymore, right? Like, it wasn't an assault. It wasn't an assault by any means. It just,
okay, but now she's continuing to follow me and continuing to harass me. And I've asked her kindly to back away. I never engaged in conversation with her. But that's not a crime.
she's not engaged right now. If you want to walk away and she follows you, I'll intervene. But,
Can I just take a picture?
Got to have a difference of opinion. You got to learn to agree to disagree. And when I was growing up, we learned to tolerate people's differences in a much more respectful manner. And I'm just wondering why we're not still kind of following that practice.
So I'm certainly not for this. However, they do have the right to assemble. They do have the right to practice their religion or whatever they want to practice, and that's what the freedom movement is actually about, is protecting people's rights. So we're here for these people just as much as anybody else, and it's the government that's the problem, not these people.
So I actually just went inside. I talked to security. They had to wait about 20 minutes. I was right at the doorway of the event. I saw all the actors there, the drags. And it was pretty gross. I can't believe kids. I saw kids that were no taller than my knee in there.
I'm not asking you to move, but I'm asking you to have a walkway so people can get to work.
That came over here to block the law. So we
That's what I'm here for. You know what this is about. You know what my You are live, unequally applying the law. I was assaulted multiple times today. Multiple times. Giving the gospel. Arrested.
We have a right to religion. We have freedom of expression. We were just assaulted.
Don't get those phones any closer to my face. They're going to end up in the snow. You got it?
Is that a threat?
You understand me?
You're
threatening me? If I am the press, come closer to my face. They're going in the snow. You threatened me again. Get live. Hey, I did not advance on him.
Back from me.
I am not advancing on you. You came to me.
Don't get in my face.
I am not in your face. You're in my face. You just touched me.
What happened? My brother was just arrested. He was standing beside me while we were giving the gospel, and then the cops threw us onto the street and arrested us for being on the street.
Bye. More of us news, Sparky. Make sure you get all that on film. How many more there are of us than there are of you. Remember that for the rest of your day.
What just happened? What just happened?
For losers, because we are the champions of the world. Or Elgin Street.
It's a very dynamic environment, isn't
Yeah.
it, right? Like, we're trying to make sure nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, I respect that.
There's vehicles still coming through on the roadway. These roads are open, right?
Yeah, and that's why I was a
There's
little confused why
snowbanks.
police threw me on.
It's
if it was
not
for my
easy
safety.
footing right now, okay? So it's our job to make sure everybody's safe. You're allowed the freedom of speech. You guys are both allowed to say whatever you want, right? But when it comes to the safety thing, and if we see like a situation that could end badly, we're gonna have to do something about it.
Yeah, but you don't have to throw me into traffic and then arrest me for being in traffic.
I didn't do that.
Or my brother.
And I didn't see anything, so I don't know what you're talking
That's
about.
why I'm talking to you.
But I did see you on the snowbank. I asked you to move back. You did.
And I did. And you saw me getting pushed in the other way by a police officer.
That's good. So I've got no issues with that, and I hope I explained why we're asking people to do.
Okay, but that's not my concern. Where's my brother? Where's my brother?
I don't know where your brother is right now. I'm sure he's in with one of these cruisers.
Okay, so when's he being released?
I don't know.
So
I don't know because I've been talking to you the whole time, right?
Okay.
And how old's your brother?
18.
18. So he's an adult.
Yeah.
Okay. So even if I did know, I can't provide that information to you right now. Okay.
You have charges?
No. Obstruction again.
Okay, let's go. So no charges?
No, I'm trespassing. I'm not allowed back. Okay.
Tell this guy to get away from hands on him. Hands on the sidewalk. Hands on him. Dude, come on. That guy is... Okay, well, he's a real problem.
Off the street. I'm not going to tell you again. Off the street.
This is totally worth it now. Yes! Yes! Pick this school, now this. We're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I appreciate you showing up. You're a f***er. You're a f***er. You're a f***er. You're a f***er. What did I do? Okay. All right. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Thank you. So go to church tomorrow, buddy. Nobody. Be careful. Be careful. Hey! Watch out. Stop. Listen, you understand? Listen.
Yeah. Walk away, I'll leave.
What was the point of that? Seriously. What was the point? Just to get in handcuffs. What was the point? Was there any? You understand you're under arrest for cause of disturbance? You understand?
Yeah.
Good.
What just happened is one of the protesters, I'm not even sure where he came from, but he grabbed the flagpole and he tried to run off and towards the police line with it. And he got the top snagged on a lamppost and broke the flag. And he was very quickly subdued and arrested or removed from the protest from the opposite side, not with us. So, and we're really not even protesting, we're just here for the safety of the children. We just don't want the children being sexualized at a lot of these events.
You have made your point. You have said your piece. There is no one left here to listen to you. And so let's have everyone get home safe. Even if you are here to protest my presence and my existence, I want you to get home safe. You are a human being.
Yeah, so I was just arrested and provincially charged. Leading up to it, I was standing in front of the NAC where we had been communicating with liaisons that we'd have a protest organized. And so we were there, I had my megaphone out, and I started quoting some scripture, and I gave the gospel a bit, and almost immediately I was surrounded and attacked by counter-protesters. And they ripped my hat off, threw it on the ground. I had to get a new one here. They roughed us up. And then before I knew it, police were running in. The police actually threw me into traffic. Just got a trespassing or a disturbance charge, actually. I'm not even sure which one. I'll have to check. Nothing criminal. And then they arrested my brother, Nick Alexander.
Yeah, so we were in front of the NAC, and we started quoting Bible verses. I quoted Acts 16:31, believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and thou shalt be saved. And the crowd attacked us. There's tons of them that started attacking us. And so we didn't hit back, we just stood there. And within 30 seconds, the cops ran in and started attacking us from behind, grabbed us, literally dragged us out. I heard one of them say, "You're under arrest" or something. And then he threw me off and let me go. So we started walking. He started walking out, and they're pushing me. And one of the cops pushed me at the other cop, and the other cop said, "Stop pushing me." And it was going back and forth. And then they shoved us right out into traffic. Both me and my brother Josh Alexander shoved us right into traffic. And then one of the cops said, "Are you leaving?" And I said, "I'm standing here." He never asked me to leave. He never told me to leave. And he grabbed me and pushed me against one of the cruisers, and the other officer came up and said, "You're under arrest," and they cuffed me, and then walked me down and let me go afterwards. No paperwork, nothing. So it was just a straight up assault from multiple officers.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the report. Once again, if you appreciate reports like this, you can consider supporting them at rebelfieldreports.com. Thanks for watching, guys.